Morning.
Welcome to the Complete Simpleton podcast, episode 8. Yeah,
Yep.
and we are continuing. If you remember, last time we started in
Torah
honor and loving
base.
memory of the great Mashpir Rabbi Itkin.
Oh yeah.
We started this part. Why? Because we really also felt that it was very suited to who he was.
Yep.
Quick recap. The first part we spoke about was that you have to see in every person, even if he's a complete Russia, even if he's a completely evil person,
Find something good in him.
right?
Some
Something
kind of
right, and even not a good, but even if it's just something that he doesn't do completely bad, you should see it as good. You should
find the
this as
good in
good.
there something, even if
Right.
it's not a completely good thing. You should find the one good thing
Yeah.
about this thing that he did, and it's a never-ending thing. Search, like even once you find that,
You find
you're
the
already
next one, right.
uplifting it,
And not only to find it and basically to compliment it, even if not out loud to the person, but to
Even in your
in your
head.
own mind to compliment that thing about this person.
And then once you're finding that,
Yeah.
you always like more and more and finding
Yeah.
more good stuff.
And not only that, but that more good that comes because you recognize this good. So
you're
now
uplifting him to the next
so
level.
now this next good it grows, and now you see that and that grows,
Yep.
etc. etc. The next thing he spoke about.
And then you brought him into like you need to do it also for yourself.
Right. You're also a person.
Yes.
You're a person too. So if you're a person too,
You need to do it to yourself
you,
too.
you need to look at yourself and you know this is a common thing. There's actually a famous story from the Rebbe who founded Kfar Hasidim in Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah.
And when he came, he went to Eretz Yisrael. Everything went wrong, and the money problems and this and that. And then his Hasidim who were coming over, they called him a ganif and stuff. And it wasn't the money. I mean, it was he was taking a bunch of Hasidim who were never farmed before nothing.
Yeah.
And he came anyway. So he went to America to fundraise right before the war, before the World War II. While he was there, it was Yablon was where he was from. He was the Yablon Rebbe.
Yeah.
Everything got wiped out there. All of his Hasidim, not all in Europe, including his wife. And anyway, he totally gave up. Rebbe, he totally gave up Torah and mitzvahs.
Oh wow.
Years later, in like at the 1980s, I think it was, he finally went back to Kfar Hasidim. He didn't keep anything. Torah and mitzvahs, nothing. He moved to California. He was just a businessman in California. And anyways, he went back there, and all of a sudden, older people from before, they started standing up and saying, Rebbe. They called him Rebbe. He still called him Rebbe. He said, Rebbe, you saved our lives. If not for you, we wouldn't have come here. We would all have gotten killed in Europe. Anyways, Moshe Weinberger, you heard of him? So he comments on this, and he says that like all this time, decades, he's thinking about what a Russia he is, all the things he did wrong, all the horrible things he did, right? It didn't occur to him once that he saved all these people. He was thinking about how he brought them there and it was a failure and he lost their money and what's it called? Here he's talking about there was like over 1,000 people by this point from maybe well more than that. But the Pashat, he saved their lives. They would all be dead. It never occurred to him once. Why? Because he was looking at the bad. Instead of like it says here, find the wait. What did I do that's good? So let's forget what I did bad. Find something good that you did. Why? Because that'll grow. And also, like one of the other things that Menachem mentioned here is A, it'll grow, and B, the worst thing, your Yetzer Hara, what he really wants me the most is you should be ba'atzvus. You should be depressed.
Yep.
And when you look at the bad things, then you become depressed. Whereas when you're besimcha, you look at the good, it'll
and when you're in b'atzvus, how could you go daven? How could you go do stuff? How could you work the Eibishter when you're like not in the mood?
Yeah.
You need to bring yourself, uplift yourself with the good stuff you're doing, and then it's gonna give you some naches and some like friend.
Energy.
Amen. A geschmack coffee.
Yeah, it's a very good coffee. Okay.
Anyway.
Weiter.
And that, continuing the Torah Reish Pei Beis, וזה בחינת הזמרה לאלוקי בעודי. It's a pasuk on Tehillim. It says, הזמרה לאלוקי בעודי. I should sing to my God with my
more. It means my more, no?
No, it doesn't mean בעודי. בעודי, it's like with me.
Yeah.
בעודי,
Right, it's like
with you in
me'odecha.
that,
But it means like with your much, with your
extra,
with your everything.
with your
really.
everything. Yeah. Be'odi.
With your muchness.
Be'odi daika. Like with my muchness,
Specifically.
Ainu, meaning, על ידי בחינת העוד שלי, through the בחינה of my more, finding some more good, שאני מוצא בעצמי, that I find in myself, that more good that I find in myself, בחינת עוד מעט ואין רשע, כנ"ל, like on the same
said
concept.
a little bit more, and there won't be, and there's no rasha.
About a little bit more, and there's no rasha, as we spoke. על ידי אותה הנקודה, through that point, על ידי זה אוכל לזמר ולהודות להשם. By going and finding this little bit more goodness, this is what could bring you to actually go and singing and thanking God, because you are in a good mood, you are uplifted, you're in good spirit. וזהו הזמרה דייקה, like singing. הזמרה is
specifically why singing.
היינו זמירות וניגונים שנעשים על ידי שמלקט הנקודות טובות. I think we did this part last week.
I don't know, it's a good part. I don't know if we did.
Yeah, we did. כנ"ל. והזהיר רבנו זיכרונו לברכה מאוד להילך עם התורה הזאת. And the Rebbe, Reb Nachman, was warning people,
us,
very strongly, warning very strongly to go with this Torah, to learn it and study it and know it very good. כי הוא יסוד גדול לכל מי שרוצה להתקרב להשם יתברך, because this is the source and the secret,
like a big
secret and the source and the foundation.
There we go. A big foundation, yeah.
A big foundation to everyone who wants to get closer and connect to God. ולבל יאבד עולמו לגמרי. And you should, חס ושלום. And so you can prevent yourself to lose your world. And when a book, a holy book speaks about the world, it doesn't mean the olam hazeh, it means the olam haba.
Right.
Like the
it means the real world.
Yeah. חס ושלום. כי רוב בני אדם שרחוקים מהשם יתברך, עיקר ריחוקם הוא מחמת מרה שחורה ועצבות. Because most people who are far from the Eibishter or in distance, it's because, not because, they're usually people who are depressed and sad. Right?
Right.
And this is why they are far away. מחמת שנופלים בדעתם. מחמת שרואים בעצמם גודל קלקולם שקלקלו מעשיהם. Because they falling in their head about, I'm already so far from God because I did this and I did that.
Like they see they're messed up.
They're messed up.
See how much they got messed up already.
כל אחד כפי מה שיודע בעצמו את נגלה בבוא מחוריו. And everyone, you can't give examples because each one knows what he is bad in and what he did. And this is stuff with distancing. And when you get into the sorrow and stuff, you can't keep going, you can't keep going with your life.
But it's interesting how he also says each one according to his level.
Yeah.
Meaning not just if you're a low level,
even if you're high level.
You could see yourself as messed up, even like we saw with that Rebbe. So somebody of a very high level could also come to see himself as messed up also.
ומחמת זה הם נופלים בדעתם, and this why they because of their sorrow and their sadness and stuff, they're falling in their levels of ruchnius in their minds. ורובם מייאשים עצמם לגמרי. And most of them are מייאשים עצמם.
They give up. They give up on themselves.
Yeah. Last week.
Yeah.
You didn't give up. It's not that you are meyuash, like you are. How do you say yush in English?
It's like it was about it's to give up, like give up.
So it's not that they gave up. They make yourself give up.
Meyashim. They're right. They're causing oneself to give up.
Yes.
Yeah.
By this stuff.
By doing this is how they're causing themselves to become.
So it's not like oh, you're so bad and you just gave up.
Yeah.
No, you're causing yourself to give up. ועל ידי זה אינם מתפללים בכוונה כלל. And through that, they're not
praying with
they're just doing it, you know what, I think like a misnaged.
Right, they say the words, okay.
Done. על כן, one second, ורובם אינם עושים זה אפילו מה שהם יכולים לעשות. ועל ידי זה אינם מתפללים בכוונה כלל, ואינם עושים אפילו מה שהיו יכולים לעשות עדיין. And they don't do, like, okay, you are such a bad person. There is still something you could do,
You can still do something. Right.
But they're not even doing the stuff you could have done.
Right. Because they gave up.
על כן צריך האדם להשכיל מאוד. על דבר זה. This why the person, you should educate yourself very much about this.
Contemplate.
כי כל הנפילות שבדעתו, אף על פי שהוא מחמת מעשים רעים שעשה באמת, עם כל זה הנפילה שבדעתו והעצבות והמרה השחורה שנופל עליו, על ידי זה. הכל הוא רק מעשה בעל דבר. Even though
and basically all the falling down,
all the lapsing,
and even it says shibdato, meaning
it's in your mind.
It's not even your actual lapsing. All of these mental that in your mind you fell down and had and did badly.
Even though it's actually coming from the bad thing you're doing for real, but if with all of that said, all the stuff that the sadness and the depression and the falling in his mind, all of it is just
from the Baldover. Yeah, no, it's a Baldover. The Baldover is from the evil inclination, from the Nefesh Bahamis.
Back in 2 minutes, in a few minutes, or not 2 minutes, a few minutes. Okay, all right.
Yeah, all of these is the Nefesh Bahamis, the animal soul, which is the evil inclination.
Yeah.
שמחליש דעתו.
שמחליש דעתו כדי להפילו לגמרי, חס ושלום. And it's all from the Baldover, from the Yitzchok.
Yeah, weakening his mind. It's specifically to knock him down.
Yeah. This is what he works on,
God
right?
forbid, yeah.
על כן צריכים להתחזק מאוד, ללך עם התורה הזאת ולחפש ולבקש בעצמו בכל פעם איזה מעט טוב. Let me do it a little bit slower, because I think I read it too fast.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
על
כן, צריכים להתחזק מאוד, ללך עם התורה הזאת. לחפש ולבקש בעצמו בכל פעם איזה מעט טוב. And this is why it's very important for you, for a person, to actually live in the shadow of these statements, of this
Torah, what he's talking about here.
And this point, that because a person need to go and find within himself every time something good, something to uplift yourself, something that you should be proud of yourself.
Right.
Because when you are proud, you're in a good mood. When you are, this and that and this and that.
I don't do it right anyway.
Yes, I'll stay in bed today. And I'll go to work. I'll do this. Yes. Find something good, something will uplift yourself and be like, you know what? I woke up on Shabbos morning and I went to shul. Was it late?
Yeah. Did I even daven it all there?
Did I came after Kriyas Torah done already? Yeah.
But you know what?
You made Kiddush with the Chevre. Great.
Right. Something you did. 100%.
You know, that's what you should look at.
Yeah.
ועל ידי זה יחייב וישמח את עצמו ויצפה לישועה עדיין. And through that, uplift yourself and give yourself some chayus and simcha.
Right. Joy, you're going to bring yourself
and
light
still
and joy.
Don't give up on the Yeshua, on getting salvation.
On redemption, redemption. Yeah.
I started to sound like Christian, God forbid.
No, they sound like us.
Okay, fine. ויוכל להתפלל ולזמר ולהודות להשם. And you can daven and sing and thank God. בבחינת הזמרה לאלוקי ועודי כנ"ל. In the bchina of the pasuk of Tehillim, that I will sing to my God with my all mightness.
Yeah, with all my more. But in this case, he means with my more, but looking more and more.
And through that, you're going to actually have the schus to get back to the ABC.
Yeah, okay, we're holding at 11 o'clock. The next year is joining. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Complete Simpleton podcast.